Nice. Oh shit.
Here we go. We're back in the lab.
Ooh,
the
lab.
Podcast studio.
There we go.
Home of, I don't know.
Home of your house.
Whoever invented this place.
This house?
Whatever colonizer found it.
For real. I guess that's true. Oh, Lone Land. Wait a minute. What episode is this? Like,
I don't know. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a long minute. Let's think. What's been going on? I just went to Seattle. You went to Hyro Day. How about you talk about Hyro Day first?
So Hyro Day is pretty cool. I was not there that long. I was there for like maybe in like less than an hour or so.
Damn.
I went for Afterthought to do some videos, some photos.
He was on really early too, though, wasn't he? He was on like 11 a.m. or something.
He came on like 11:20, I believe, and so I wasn't there to catch. I catch like the end of it when they're already like the last song when you had to stop. So
that's fucking really annoying. I'm so sorry.
It's pretty nuts, but it is what it is at the time.
I feel it. No, yeah. I was in a different state, but I saw hella people rocking Rebel status. People were sending me pictures and they're like, oh shit, like this dude's rocking Rebel status for their set.
So I saw the guys' set, the one that was wearing the ski mask.
The pink ski mask.
Yeah. He was pretty dope.
Yeah, he was cool. Ash was rocking something. I forget, someone else was too, but I forget who it is right off the top of my head, so super sorry. But thanks. That shit feels hella cool to like be in a different state and people are still rocking your shit. I'm like, okay, so the movement is here. It's here.
Nah, it was pretty dope. Like just see like everywhere. Just to see, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
'Cause I know how hard you work and how much effort you put into your brand and everything, and just to see it on display and a big festival like that was something really cool. I didn't go to Hyro Day last year.
Before? Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been actually any year prior, so
Have
that
you
was
ever
like my
heard
first
of
time.
Hyro Day before?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never been. Like I just, for whatever reason, I just never went. I never had time. Usually during this time of the year, I'm usually really busy, like usually traveling, doing stuff. This is like my first time. I haven't really went anywhere. Like during August, September, I'm usually on the go. But so it was pretty cool. Like I would like to have checked it out more, but I was busy and I had to go to work, so
yeah,
I had to dip out early.
Big day for Hyro Day. It seemed lit though. Like it still seemed cool. There was definitely hell of our peers there. Zoe was there, Ali Cocaine, D. Jones, etc. Afterthought.
Nice.
It was cool to see that for sure. I think that was something we definitely needed for like the Bay, but you know, it was it's been hella weird while we've been gone. R.I.P. to Peanut. Peanut passed away. It's kind of like a legendary up and coming Oakland DJ producer guy, and I had the pleasure of meeting him a few times, and it's just hella sad to see someone like be killed. You know what I mean? That shit horrible.
Yeah, someone pass away with a lot of life left. You know, it's never.
Yeah.
It's never a good thing, and it's always, you know, rest peace to him and condolences to the family, and those are the ones that are affected the most because they have to pick up the pieces.
Exactly, yeah.
Especially if he has children, especially, you know, he has loved ones. He has people that really care about him. So
for real, shout out to the home team too. I know that they're definitely grieving their loss. I keep going on Instagram and I keep seeing pictures of them, and I'm like, damn, like this is not.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Just whenever someone has has a lot of life ahead of them, it gets taken, gets cut short. So it's like, it's unfathomable to think that that's a reality in the world we live in.
It's kind of crazy too, because like it's right across the water, and we always think, like you and me at least, think that like San Francisco is like such a poppin' spot for like going out and stuff, but a lot of people don't think that, and they're like, I'm gonna go to Oakland because I know Oakland has poppin' spots, and it's like they do, but then on the flip side, you know, sometimes there is like violence going on in them, and that's a horrible thing that Oakland has to deal with. And like, you know, like obviously this is a horrible thing and shouldn't have happened to anyone, but like that's just a reality of like what being in Oakland is like sometimes, you know?
No, definitely. Like I see it all the time as far as people always trying to compare the two, or always placing like what people ideal, like what they think of San Francisco is, and the realities of what people actually face daily in Oakland, and having to live in that environment, growing up and being part of that community. Like just living there, you're a part of it, and you know, a lot of people don't have the option to just pack up and go, or to get to the nicer side where they don't have to deal with this type of community, violence, and something where a lot of people are just wrong place, wrong time, and
Yeah.
it's just the way of life right there. It's just sad and heartbreaking to see where you just hope the community could come together and put an end to it and have people be able to live life without having to fear
Yeah.
stuff like this continue to happen.
Yeah. But that's something that's probably gonna keep going, and especially like I remember just recently, I don't know if you saw this, but like Oakland had like a huge meeting. Did you see that for like the theft and quote unquote all that shit that's going on? It's like I feel like we like always just have like we live in like these super liberal ass cities where everyone says they want the best, but then like when the actual policy comes into like happen, they're like, no. You mean that people that are dark and gonna be they're from lower income neighborhoods are gonna be around? I don't want that shit. And it's like, what the fuck? Like
it's easier to put a Black Lives Matter poster in your window than it actually is to actually do something about it. And so we have a lot of that here in the Bay. It's just
science is real, everyone matters, blah 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 blah, whatever the fuck that poster is.
People don't give. I learned a long time ago. People don't really give. They don't really care unless it's affecting them. For real. So right now, this doesn't really affect a lot of other people that are not in that living in those in that environment, in those neighborhoods, and so they really don't care until it affects them in some way, some other. That's why people look at San Francisco and the property crime here, and they see it like inching towards them and affecting them. So that's why they're so vocal
they're
about.
Like, oh fuck yeah!
So vocal about the change, and so first and foremost, people should be able to live safely and be able to not have to fear for things, but it's just the state. Well, it's just right now the dynamics where we live in is where we see extreme on both ends. We see extreme wealth and extreme poverty.
Yeah.
And then you're starting
like right on top of each other.
Yeah,
too.
Right on top. Like downtown San Francisco is like a
one of the richest spots ever, but also one of the most tense ever.
It's insane. So it's like, as someone that works with the homeless population and stuff, I have so many people ask me, what's the solution? Like, why the fuck are you asking me what the solution is?
Yeah, for real.
Like, I don't have the solution to it, but I'm here to help the people. But it's like, that's left up to,
the people.
Like, that's left up to the politicians. That should be doing their job to making change and putting in things to help the people. But, I mean, fuck. Yeah. At the end of the day, like, that's why I like the community of the creatives that are here in San Francisco, because they put on so much and they bring unity for each other. And I see that a lot going to events and stuff and just seeing how much people uplift each other and not have to worry about looking over your shoulder or trying to figure out, like, are they going to be safe to attend like shows and stuff like that. And so that one thing I really like about, like, at least the scene here in San Francisco is just how people are getting along and letting their work,
do it for them kind of thing. I totally get that. And I think Oakland's doing that too. Like I'm not going to sit here and say like I was super good friends or anything with Peanut, but like, like we'd seen each other on our journey. Like he had seen me taking pictures, taking pictures and making clothes. And I had seen him doing his DJing, producing thing. And like, that's like, it was love on both ends. You know what I mean? Like what's the point of like trying to hate on each other from like, we're both trying to do similar things just in different ways. So, it's like, it's kind of horrible when someone who's not even like in that life is just because they're, kind of like close to it in proximity, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. That's the shitty fucking part about it. And it's like, I love Oakland as like, they have some of the best they have some of the best food in general. Just like Mexican food there in Oakland is amazing. Just like, it's still real out there. There's real people. It's not like the fakeness of San Francisco. Like there's some parts where you go and it just doesn't seem real sometimes. Like it just, just the type of, it's just a big difference. But they, people are dealing with higher rates of like violent crimes. And that's the part that's scares people off from Oakland. And I'm not going to sit here and say like I know everything about it, because I really don't. I'm not there all the time. I'm not living there, so I can't really speak on what's actually truly going down. but just from what people read and stuff and all that fear mongering we see
going on
on like social media and stuff. That's why I try not to pay too much mind to it, because they're like, they fear monger here about San Francisco all the time, and then you live here and you're just like what are you talking about? Like you're literally filming the same block every single time. Like
for real, yeah.
Have you ventured out?
We're talking to you
like anywhere else, and or have you come to the shows? Have you been to a show out Rio? Have you seen where people having a good time? Like where have you like got to actually try to enjoy living here and stuff?
I think that's the thing is people don't really see that community part because they're just passing through too. It takes a second to even like really get like into that kind of culture or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's like kind of part of it. And also like when I lived in Oakland, it was like
what part of Oakland did you live?
I lived in like the 30s in Oakland, like off Fruitvale.
Fruitvale is some of the best fucking food.
Yeah, so good. Such good food there. But it was pretty crazy out there too. I remember like when the Popeyes chicken sandwich first came out.
Oh, it was wild. Everyone was being wild at that time.
Yeah, I remember seeing on like the Citizen app once that someone got robbed for their chicken sandwich. And it's like, damn, that's insane to think about. But like Oakland's also just like one of those places where it's like, if you're like minding your own business and doing your own thing, I don't think a whole lot's gonna happen to you. The second that you start looking up and talking to people, that shit's like,
if you're looking for it, you're gonna find it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like
real
anywhere.
Easy too. Oh yeah,
like a lot of people don't know how to mind their business. Like they want to be a part of shit that they shouldn't be a part of. Like
exactly, that they don't even know anything about in the first place. But
that's like anywhere, like any major city is like whatever you're looking for, you're gonna find it.
For real.
The good and the bad, so.
That is hella true. That's kind of what it was like in when I was in Tacoma and shit. Because, like, I don't know, it's just so funny because that's what everyone was saying was like, oh, like, Tacoma's, like, hella bad. Like, watch out when you're out there, like, blah, 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 this and that. But, like, the whole time I was there, don't get me wrong, there was hella tweakers. Like, there was so many people doing drugs, for sure. But other than that, it was just, like, it felt like West Oakland, but with only white people in it. Like there was not even like the weird white people that have like pink hair or like weird designs or whatever. It was just normal. This dude looks like his name's Paul. Like like glasses. Looks like he's going to his regular tech job. I don't know. I wasn't scared at all. The only time that was like kind of weird for me, I'd be out like in the middle of the night smoking a spliff and like there'd be hella like tweakers talking to themselves. But you're gonna find that anywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
it was whatever though. I'm trying to think what else has happened while we're gone.
How was that trip though? How was the whole trip?
It was hella nice
to Washington. How was
the
weather?
Nice to relax. Honestly, it wasn't that much different from San Francisco. It was pretty much gray every day. There were a couple warm days where it was like in the low 70s, So it was nice out, but it was pretty much what I'm used to, which I like though. I like San Francisco weather. I like the grayness. I like it feels like 11 a.m. all day kind of thing, It was hella cool though, just talking with people. I was kind of trying to be like low profile, because I was like on vacation. But like anytime we met someone for like maybe more than 5 minutes, she would be like, "Oh, just so you know, like my boyfriend's a successful clothing designer," like blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Oh my god,
that's a pro girlfriend right there."
Yeah, no, she was doing it everywhere. It was pretty funny though. We had a lot of good times. I don't know. There wasn't like the most to do, but we found some shit to do. We went to some museums.
I didn't even notice that Rebel Status pinky ring right there. That goes hard.
Right. It says rebow. Actually, they spelled it wrong. But we're working on some new stuff. Matching my chain and everything. Feel like I'm in my Mac Dre era right now with the fucking fit that I'm wearing.
All dripped out.
For real. The fucking Justice League. I got this in Washington too. I see it and I just laughed at it super hard. So I was like, I think I should actually get this. Did you ever watch the show when you were a little kid?
Yeah, kind of. Not, but I'm not gonna say like I watched it a lot. But I know. Yeah, I watched some of it.
I was a pretty big fan back in the day. I actually just rewatched it like not too long ago. But I'm just a really big animation kind of person, I would say. Trying to work on all that. Let's see what else.
So what do you got in stores lately? Like what are you working on that it's going to be your next big project?
I'm kind of working on these small little collaborations right now with people to kind of just knock them out. I kind of want to show people like you can like come to me for manufacturing kind of things, because people always hit me up and they're like, yo, like help me make some clothes. And I'm like, I don't really have time for that, and you're not giving me any money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, is that the worst way to approach you?
That's the most annoying fucking thing. I fucking hate people who do that. People, especially when they try and make it like enticing too. I've had people come up to me and they're like, "Yo, I'm really interested in a collaboration," and I'm like, "Cool. What do you have in mind? Like, what's the idea?" And they're like, "No, I think I'm gonna give you full creative control. I think that'll be the best idea." And it's like, so
You want me to do?
give me no money,
You do all
make
the
me
work.
make an idea for you, and then make this work.
I don't think people actually like realize how disingenuous that really is.
It's so disingenuous, and it's kind of disrespectful because it's like, I don't know, like people will come up to you and like ask you for something, and because it's not like, it's like getting a tattoo, right? You know, when you like get a tattoo and you ask for all the stuff you want on your tattoo,
Yeah.
and then they like draw it up for you, and they're like, "Do you like this?" If you like don't pay them already in terms of like, you know, like you're about to get this service done, you look kind of like a dickhead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I worked really hard on this design for you, and you're telling me like either you really like it and you want to move forward, but you're not paying me yet, or you're telling me you want to change this, that, and the third, but it's like, I need some funds to go back and do all that change.
No, like that's why tattoo artists take like deposits for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you're gonna come with a deposit, come with some at least
something.
Come with something. Be like, if you're wanting to give you, if they want to give you full creative control,
that's fine.
All right, well then
give me something for it. Yeah,
like throw you some, you know, like
for real.
Be like, here,
make me enticed to want to do
here.
This design
I'll give
for
you this. We have a budget. This is what I'm gonna put down. Do you have money that you want to, or you know, do you have time, or do you have a budget you're able to throw in too? Like, what are you trying to do? Because that's like real business. You're just not showing up.
Do it. Yeah, exactly.
And be like, all right, go ahead, dude, go work.
I had this dude recently actually who went in my DMs and he was asking me about it, and he was all like, what was the exact word he said? He said, because I was like, oh, I'm interested, like, because he was looking for a designer for something, and I'm like, what do you have in mind? Like, tell me what you have, and I can make some mock-ups for you. And then he was all like, what did he fucking say? He said he wanted to make immaculate streetwear dresses or something like that, and I was like, okay, like, so, and I started like listing off things. I'm like, do you want patterns? Do you want embroidery on it? Do you want fucking flares on it? Do you want fucking, you know, I don't know, anything? And he was like, no, like, I think you should just figure that out. Like, just decide what you want. And it's like, I don't fucking know what I want, because you just made up two words and put them together. Like, you can't say immaculate streetwear and then expect me to be like, oh yeah, of course, immaculate streetwear. I know exactly what that looks like. It's like, we might have two complete different definitions of that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like people, it's like people don't grasp the concept of what other people do creatively.
Yeah.
You know, and so they don't understand the work that goes into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it's not, I don't feel like people are being disrespectful on purpose, but just but the process of them going about having no knowledge about it is disrespectful, in the fact that you're not doing your homework.
Yeah.
Or you're not trying to do any work on your end. So like if someone comes up to you for, you know, for a situation like that, it's like there is a proper way to try it, and if you do it right, you might be able to make something, you know, work together. But if you are coming without doing your homework prior, or trying to come with any plans for a project, then it just kind of seems like you are just trying to pull a fast one, right? You're just trying to ride a wave and not make yourself like.
Could you imagine if imagine it's like this, like someone comes up to you and they're like, hey, I want a photo shoot. And then you're all like, okay, cool. Like, do you want some portraits done? Do you want like some landscape photos with something? And then they're just like, no, I just want some photos.
Exactly.
It's like, wait, what? Like, what do you mean?
I thought if someone ever did that to me, I'd probably be like, well, I don't know what you want, and I don't know if I really had time for that.
Yeah, that is what I usually say. Or I usually say that, or I'm like, hey, like, you're asking for a whole lot, but you're not giving me a whole lot of money. So kind of need that to make it work, you know?
Yeah, like that is, I mean, that's, to me, that's like how can, if you're trying to come up with like like an idea, you have to have some business sense to it as well. Like you have to be a little business savvy.
For real, you gotta have something going. But
because they wouldn't do it with anyone else that was higher. Like you have to put it in perspective. Would you go to Nike with that?
Yeah, for real.
Would you tell Nike, let's collab and be like, all right, Nike, you make something.
Make something for me. Specifically
they would literally block you.
Ideas, for real.
They would be
but
like,
yeah,
what?
So I'm working on that. I'm working on like little collaborations to finish out the year. Just so I can be like, hey, like if you have actual serious inquiries and you have your money ready type thing, like you can come to me. I'll help you make some clothes. We'll make something dope. Just give me my money for it.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I'm just always kind of working on, different stuff. Obviously, I'm working on like a rugby right now, like a
rugby pattern shirt.
Not a rugby pattern, but yeah, like the shirts that they wear like for rugby, like a long sleeve but with collar on it. That kind of stuff. I'm working on like jackets that are like more button ups kind of thing.
Nice.
Like things with collars rather than the hoods. I'm kind of just trying to figure out like what to really go for next year, I'm
been really into like that. What the style is now for some people, they really are going into like the cholo fit. So I see a lot of, see a lot of people, especially like indie dudes, but also a lot of like Latinos that are doing it where they're wearing like the button up Dickies, or
only the top button,
or the button up, like those type of button up shirts. Like they're like
with the Dickie shorts,
or the Dickie pants.
Yeah.
But they're not going full cholo with the socks or anything like that. But they are taking from that aesthetic. Or they're wearing like
fire aesthetic.
It's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
But I was like thinking about buying some of that stuff because there's someone that does. I think he goes by like Frisco Ben or Frisco. It's that one like workwear that's Ben Davis brand. So he goes by Frisco Ben. And I love Ben Davis, like the look of it and everything, because it looks like Dickies. It looks like
it's workwear.
Workwear stuff. Yeah. So basically, that's what is the working class. That's like the remnants of like working class San Francisco, and to me it's really cool. But he has some really cool stuff, and he has like this one collab with like Anchor Steam, and you put like Anchor Steam patch on the shirts and stuff, and it's like
that's fire.
It's like, but it's like the cholo aesthetic like look, because it's like the brown, like that certain type of brown that you see cholos wear.
I get what you're saying.
And stuff like that. So
gotcha.
There's stuff where I'm like, that looks really cool. Like I could probably do that. I mean, I'm not gonna wear the long socks and everything like that, or wear Cortezes or anything. But
I don't know, dog. It might be coming back.
People are doing it. You know who? There's like Mexican artists that in their music videos they dress like that. So like, Santa Fe Clan. Have you heard of him before? He's like a rapper, hip hop from like Mexico. There's like a music video that they have with other like Mexican rappers and from Mexico, and in the video he's wearing like looks like the cholo fit. Like he's have a whole Dickie like cholo fit, and it's like really cool to see. But also Mexico's fucking, you know how Mexico's fucking crazy. They killed one of their big artists over there. His name is Lefty, and he's like, I can show you later after the podcast. Like he's pretty big, and they like shot him in his house.
Wait, why? Like the cartel?
I have no clue, but it just happened recently.
What the
like
fuck?
Within like this last week or so.
What the fuck?
That's like fucking Mexico's fucking wild. I don't know what happened, but he just like got shot.
When was the last time you went to Mexico?
Last year, but I'm going at the end of the month.
Oh, you are going at the end of the month. What part?
Ensenada.
Ooh, okay.
So it's not like I'm not going deep in Mexico, but
yeah, you going to like where all the tourists.
I'm just like I've only been to Baja, like Baja, California, part of Mexico. I've never been like deep in.
Interesting.
But I would really like to go because I want to go experience it.
Yeah, I've been to Mexico a few times. Mexico's fun.
What part of Mexico you go? You go to city?
Been to TJ. I've been to.
Oh, of course.
I've been to Puerto Vallarta. I've been to Ensenada before. Been to Acapulco. I've been to a lot of places.
You've been to all the tourist spots with family?
Yeah. Like way back in the day when I started going to Mexico, like to TJ when I was like 17. Though.
Oh, you go to party?
Yeah. I used to have like a bunch of coworkers, and they were all from Mexico, and they'd be all like, "Yo, you trying to go to TJ tonight?" And I'd be like, "Fuck yeah!"
Where would you guys go in TJ?
It's this place called Cats. I'm not sure what it's called in Spanish for real.
Gatos?
Probably. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's hella bad. I think that is what it was called. It's called Gatos. I've almost got arrested there for smoking weed.
Oh yeah, Mexico they don't play. Like
yeah, they're fucking scary.
it's weird. Like they'll let the cartel run wild, but if you
they're like, whoa, you're smoking weed, dog? Yeah, and I'm like, buy a club. I'm like, what the fuck?
that's it. You better pay me.
For real. They were trying to do all that, but my friend like talked him out of it.
Oh yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah, I got very, very lucky. But I've always wanted to go back like as more of an adult, you know?
Yeah, I go with family stuff. I don't get crazy or anything like that. I like Mexico, but it's cool to see the fashion that they have over there too. If you see like what people are wearing.
Yeah,
and stuff
crazy.
Like the aesthetic and stuff like that. Like some parts are still behind, like
a few decades.
They're like not that far, but they're far. You know, like
they're far back.
It's like different parts of like United States. Like if you see like what their aesthetics are, what they're wearing, they're like behind as well.
Yeah. I kind of did notice that too when I was in Seattle. I was getting like a lot of compliments on what I was wearing, but like I'd always be like, you guys dress like you're like stuck in 2015 or something. They're all wearing like, skinny jeans and like the, what do you call them? The joggers and like old band tees and
no
stuff.
baggy stuff there.
No baggy stuff. I was really surprised by that.
I mean, I thought it's huge now. Like you see it a lot, especially here with the younger generation, the Gen Z.
Trying to go back. Yeah.
Well, especially like the young kids here in the city. Like you see them like super baggy and everything. Like I was like, it's cool to see the change because I was like, I really haven't noticed it for a while. Because you're kind of still think you're stuck in that, like you still think you're the young like generation,
most fashion forward.
But you're like, oh, we're not the young generation anymore.
Yeah.
Like we're getting older, so it's like
I see a lot of people talk about now, like how 2000s fashion is coming back and how horrible that is. But I'm like, some of it was kind of cool though. Not all of it, obviously, but
the juicy.
I like that stuff. The juicy couture stuff. What else?
Want the Ed Hardy stuff too?
That I'm less fond of, to be honest.
Wait, no, I don't know if Ed Hardy's early 2000s. That's more like
it's like late 2000s, but it's still in the 2000s for sure. That was a weird time.
I could see you rocking those Oakley glasses, like the ones that go over the head, like the old school ones that are silver.
Those ones that like they have like a whole thing. Yeah. I've actually looked into buying those. They're like $300 though.
Yeah, those are like the original Oakleys, I think, or something like that.
Oh shit, yeah, they definitely had a lot of swag back then, but things come and go. We're gonna have some wild shit in this year, I assume.
What is our generation love the 90s like era?
We were born in the 90s, so it's nostalgic to us. That's like the whole thing, isn't it? Right?
I don't know. I feel like people really love that era of like that era. Those fits and everything. They just really.
I'm super partial to 90s fits. Like I love 90s stuff, but I think that's wise because we were kids during it. So it's like. We see like some of our like biggest heroes or like, whatever, like wearing like super weird ass 90s fits.
You dress like Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. I mean, I guess I was more thinking like, like
Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld, look, he has swag. That man knows how to wear some shoes. But I'm trying to think like 2000s. They have like what, like Britney Spears.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
Justin Timberlake,
Paris Hilton.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian, I guess in the earlies.
Who else is that? But also you had the early 2000s. You had like the whole like New York was on fire during that time, like the hip hop scene. So like their fits were like super long, baggy, everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, everyone's trying to dress like 50 Cent now. You think? I mean, Pop Smoke did that Many Men song, and now everyone thinks it's the 2000s again. People are like, damn, I'm trying to get in, capitalize on it while I can. Think about how weird that's gonna be though when the 2010s come back, because that was like.
That was my emo.
Super skinny
that
jeans.
Was like that was getting out of the emo era, but that was still around the emo era.
Oh yeah, no, that was still big for sure. Fallout Boy.
But the 2010, that's when then she had like the color skinny jeans.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have the color.
You have like purple, the super bright blue. You'd wear like the
people wore like shades. The little kid backpacks.
Yep, exactly. I feel like that's already starting to slowly come back.
Yeah, I'm starting to see like the backpack thing starting to.
The backpack thing's huge. I can see like the old snapbacks becoming like a big thing again. Like
I love snapback hats.
Me too. I feel like they like haven't really gone away, but like I feel like the ridiculous snapbacks that they used to have, like those like old shitty cheapy ones, are gonna kind of come back from 2010.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like they'll say something stupid on it, like it'll just be like swag or like. The ones that have the Cookie Monster, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like those weird ones.
Okay,
these are fine. Like like a normal baseball hat, we're fine. We're chilling. I'm talking about like the overly corny ones.
My girlfriend bought me a hat one time, and it just says like it was a Giants hat, but it said like San Francisco, and then it had like the outline of like the of the bridge or the like downtown, and I like returned it.
That's super. Yeah,
I was like not into it at all. But at the time, I was just like, I just wanted a regular black Giants.
Wait, did you tell her?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Was she mad? Was she like, what the fuck?
No, she knew what's up. All right, I gotta